Hi guys, Emily with Violet Rays Jane. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, get excited because we're about to talk about some wild things, including the energy report, but a channeling that I got recently. So if you don't know me, I am a collective channel. I do a lot of different work, but usually on my videos here, it's cosmic teachings that come through me or that I've learned in my life, and they usually come through with energy, but also I do based on the energy reports as we're going along the ascension process. So basically to help you guide you on your ascension. So welcome. Please like, subscribe, share below if you stay for the end of this video and it serves you. Okay, now the message that I have that I want to get into, if you've heard of the Avian race, the ET race. So I channeled the Pleiadians first, and then the Arcturians came strongly because I'm an Arcturian Starseed. Mainly, that's the main fragment I'm working through. This last incarnation, I'm here as an Arcturian teacher, bringing those energies from their star system specifically. But I've met clients that are of the Avian Starseed race, and the Avians have come to me twice in the last 2 days, and so they told me to share this message specifically, and then we'll get into more after that. The Avian is a part bird humanoid race. They're not from this galaxy, and Thoth, if you know, like the ibis, would be one of the gods. There's many gods in a lot of the different cultures that are part bird. Mexican, the Aztecs god. There's many gods over time that are part bird. They're one of the older races, okay, along with the Lyrans, and they are of the 12th dimension. The Avian Starseeds, like I have worked with, they are very connected to the birds. Well, of course they are, because that's what they're carrying in their DNA. The message that I got from the Avians, this is what I want to get to, which I'm going to read clearly. So this is from the Avian people. So they do not want any more harm to the birds. In fact, the birds are our guides. They request this message be passed on to all of you to assist them in recovering their forgotten kings and queens. They're buried within the rocks. Now, what do birds have to do with the rocks? What I was receiving from this, so it says, royalty lives there. Our chosen kings and queens are in the rocks, coming from the Avian Council. I felt them all around me. I saw two specifically up in the sky who were sending the communication down to me, and then I was just completely surrounded while this channel was coming through yesterday. It says, they surround you, are helping you from the ground up. As they rise and awaken, so must you. So the birds, the bird people, the Avians, they're coming through strong now in this awakening. Like the Arcturians are leading the new thoughts, the new thought form, bringing in certain frequencies. The Avians are stepping forward now, guiding this ascension process next to the Arcturians. So if you're an Arcturian Starseed, this message is also for you, specifically, because the birds are our guides. How are we awakening the rocks? So the Avians, kings and queens, the royalty, have been sleeping in the rocks. I started chanting 5 days ago, and all of this started coming through when I was chanting outside. There's so many birds, crows, ravens, other little singing birds, hawks, owls, hummingbirds all around. And as I'm chanting, this message come through, and what they said was, through my chanting, which I'm chanting the Gayatri mantra, which is awakening the rocks. So the birds singing, you chanting or singing, will awaken the rocks, awaken the royalty, the kings and queens asleep in the rock from the Avian people, here to assist to guide us on earth, as the birds are in the sky guiding from there. So we've got both teams. It looked like we're taking over here, and we're going to collapse all of time. I hope you're following. So it said, They are the guardians of the sky and keepers of this planetary mission. Only chosen few can feel them, and if that's you, then you do have a strong connection to the birds, and that means that a strong message is to come through you for the people. So if you're an Arcturian Starseed, an Avian Starseed, or you just don't know and you have a strong connection to the birds, your mission on this planet, you have a very strong message to give. So communication, chirping, singing, communicating, you have a strong message. Here we get a little bit now deeper into what they wanted me to share with you. You are to grant authority to those who serve you, not the other way around. The ones who bring light, the ones who are working every day, building the community, doing the roads, serving the coffee, whatever it is, are the leaders here, not the ones in power. So the community members, like I said, the one who serves you coffee, what they're saying is grant authority to those that serve you, serve the community when in their role. So what they're saying is it's transferring over power. So it's giving power where it's deserved, which is the ground crew, the people who are here serving, working hard every day. Not that they're lower class, it's like the birds up here and how they see from above. So technically they are above all of us. Are they, greater in class because they're above? Do they have extra privileges because they're above? All of these things compared to, say, the rocks. So the message is regarding us humans together, that we're flipping the power to the ones on the ground, the community members, us, the people, and not the ones apparently in power. They do not have authority. Now, in saying that, they said, use this utilitarian mode of thinking that no one actually has authority over you. You can choose to give it. No one can teach you who does not teach themselves through right action. This to me is asking you to get into your integrity and also look at others and not anymore. Like, we can see through bullshit. When someone is just talking the talk without having walked the walk, that's what this clear message is to me. Like, no more of these fake gurus, these politicians, that whoever the fuck, that do not grant them authority over you. I would say the message of and it speaks to utilitarian mode of thinking and right action, which is what that actually means in itself. So it's all about justice, harmonization. The tables are turning, and it's coming from the birds that are saying that we're a team up here, and the power is coming back to the rightful owners, the kings and queens, the people, the animals. But specifically, this part following is a little tricky in the wording, but I will explain the meaning. The next message that they gave me to share was, only scathes melts untruths. Only scathes melts untruth. Scathes, the word when you go unscathed, like I got in a car accident and I went unscathed, means you didn't get hurt. And when I look, that doesn't necessarily grammatically make sense. Scathe is to harm or injure, right? So only injury melts untruth. So when something is out of alignment, when something is not in integrity, when something is not true, harm will bring light to the lie that exists, or actually the hidden facade that is playing out. And only untruths provoke this right action. So we need, say, what happened over the last couple years. So if we're being told something, say, we don't agree with, that would provoke us to act differently than we would have before, because that untruth is triggering something inside of us to then come out with the truth. If this untruth thing did not exist, was not putting out there, we would just be here living in truth. But because it's like, whatever that untruth is, like stay in your home or you're gonna die type of untruths that we lived through, which I won't get into, but only that then provoked truth seekers, truth livers, truth promoters to speak up against that untruth of like, how does that make sense? Can I not breathe air? Air's not good for me anymore? I thought I needed air to live. I thought I needed to breathe, So it's like, wait a minute. So I'm getting off track. Now, the next part of the message. Profound, which is kind of like piggybacking to this one, where it's like duality. How can we see the light if there's not dark, right? When we shine a light, there becomes a shadow, right? So that's what this is saying. So harm melts away untruth, because if something is false, usually harm will come from that, usually. And so that harm causes us to then find the truth underneath, because the truth always comes out. So I hope that's making sense and I'm explaining it well, because the words and the sentences that came through, I myself, as I read it, I understand, but I know that it's very vague when I'm describing the message to you so that you can receive its benefit. So the next part. If there was nothing to correct, there would be nothing to do on this earth. Perfectionism is loathed by man. When Source gave you perfection in disguise. Let me read that one more time. If there was nothing to correct, there would be nothing to do, because perfectionism is loathed by man. When Source gave you perfection in disguise. So, because the world is a world of duality, if there wasn't differences, if there's no way to evolve or change or fix, like what's the point? Like if we're just sitting in a white room with a light on and nothing, and everything is that, say, perfection that man loathes or that man seeks to be, which he actually already is, then we're at a loss. We're just at a standstill. We just are, right? And there's an element of when you realize everything is already perfect. That's what this is saying. So it's a perfect design, perfectionism. Everything is already perfect, that we need things to technically be wrong so that we can evolve to be more in alignment with what is. And so if there's an untruth or a false thing, there will be harm, and the truth will rise from it. I thought that was so profound, so that this also is speaking to acceptance and understanding and looking at the world with a totally different perception. Now, the last part of the message from the Avian Council: no one deserves to be punished anymore. Now, I've done videos the last couple years, and karma, a lot of things were coming through that karma's coming due. People are going to get theirs, definitely, right? That's what happens in this planet. And recently, what this is speaking to is that karma is coming to an end, where people do bad things, hurt each other, or what have you. They don't deserve to be punished anymore in the same way, because they're already greatly suffering and punished. And that the karma coming due, it's like it's just going to be different. It says, we shall unite the skies, we shall disperse on the ground and fill every cell and awaken every light, meaning so much light is going to be dispersed around the planet with our guides in the sky, awakening the rocks on the earth, these teams all around us being guided, especially, like I said, if you're Arcturian Starseed. And there will be no more punishment. So if your intention is good, but say you end up hurting someone or you kind of fuck up or something, things are not going to feel the same. There's going to be acceptance of yourself and instant forgiveness. And yes, there are evil things on the planet, and so they don't deserve to be punished. They will just be removed. That's it. We don't have any more time to waste on that kind of stuff. They will be removed. That's what I got from that. So the one thing I wanted to go back to too was at the very beginning, it said, we do not want any more harm to the birds. What I got with this is I've been vegan for many years. I think 2013, 2014, I definitely have cheated and gone on different ways, over the years where I have had fish. I definitely eat fish now. Chicken, rare, very rare. Red meat, also very rare, like once a year, right? Have a hamburger or something. And I'm not as like profoundly strict as I used to be, which is like, every little ingredient, and if it had anything of anything, I would never touch it. So I did have, this is really funny, so before this message came through last week, I did, as a treat, I went out for Indian food with a friend and I had butter chicken. So I had been fasting, and so I was like just gonna eat a little like protein without rice, just the butter chicken, whatever. And because I was fasting and I wasn't really eating, so I was gonna have a little meat as the protein to try to see how my body was gonna handle it, right, in that state. Every bite I took, I had this funny taste. I could taste the chicken. I could feel the suffering. And so then I had to stop and pray and try to transmute the energies within it. I did finish it, but I was not feeling good. My stomach hurt, and I got like, we are not meant to touch the chickens anymore. We are not meant to eat chicken. Chickens do not touch the chicken meat. And this is up to you, but this came through so strong, and it came through twice. Like I said, I actually had chicken, had an experience, got psychically, stay away from the chickens, from bird meat. Then this channel came through, like, to save the birds, preserve the birds, respect the birds. They are our kings and queens. They are our royalty. There's many royalty beings all over, but what I'm saying is that they're stepping at the forefront right now. And they're here to guide us and help us. So it's like, I'm not going to eat my spirit guide. No, but it felt very, very serious. Like, I want this message to really, if it finds you, to find you, to land. Bird meat. I just feel this sickness, like it's so wrong, and chicken is so normalized. And so what I ended up doing was I researched like the history of chickens and how far they go back, and how initially they used them for fighting, and then ceremony, and then like sacrifice, and like dark shit, they would kill a bird and drip its blood like a shaman would or whatever, and also other kinds of ceremonies. But that the tides have turned, and they should be revered for their powers of vision, of sight, of song, of the healing that they're bringing to the air, right? The birds are getting destroyed by chemtrails and all the other bullshit that's going on. They're keeping us afloat right now, is what the message is. They're keeping us on track. They're mining the skies, okay? It brought me to tears when I wrote this part where it said, we shall unite the skies, we shall disperse on the ground and fill every cell and awaken every light. Like, this is happening, this is it. They're saying, like, we are coming, we are surrounding you. It's very emotional for me, because it feels like so much love, so much support, that this next stage of our awakening is being taken care of. a few videos back, I did channel the Pleiadians were with me, and they're like, don't worry about a thing. We got you. We got this. This is a change. This is new that I'm just getting this, because they're saying in the 3D world, the birds go through worlds. So they travel through worlds, through dimensions. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to when they come around you, their actions, what they're doing. They're bringing messages regularly. They may even come in your dreams. And if you do connect with birds, it's going to get stronger in regards to what ones are showing up, your experiences, and also that you'll be able to communicate with them. So you'll be able to, when you sit there, connect with your heart, close your eyes, and send your energy from your heart to reach the bird's heart. Ask permission to connect and communicate, and I guarantee you will get message instantly, as well as feelings all within your body. They will send you whatever you need to know and receive. So, pretty cool. And I get channels regularly, and I have done a few videos recently, and please again comment below if this resonates for you, because it's a little bit different than the normal messages I may get. And just to kind of finish my video off, what we're all going through on a collective energy report, if you could check out my May energy report, we're coming at the end of May and what's been going down. But it was about self-concept and look at yourself, and basically we're at a huge turning point right now, going into June. Right now it's like you're looking at really, say, the core 3 things about you, dropping everything else. You're going to be walking in the world completely different, whether that be changing your boundaries, changing your hobbies, changing your career. And this specifically feels very much like we're moving into even more refined in our roles on the planet. So I've been going through my own death again, and who I am and what I'm bringing to the planet, what I'm offering, and what it is that makes me feel alive in my offerings, in what I'm able to offer, and what with my intention of what I'm here fucking doing for real. And just to say it here blankly, I'm here to help guide you guys to your healing, on your healing awakening journey, to live your highest timeline, period. And so I'm going to be doing a monthly group called We Rise Community. This has been in the works for many months. I'm going to be actually using meetup.com. So for the online ones, I'm going to be doing Zoom every week with these meetups. And then I'm going to be doing some in-person here while I'm in San Diego. And that could change depending if I go traveling again. Now, what this group will be for, the We Rise community, Starseeds, awakening beautiful beings like yourself, light workers, healers, you name it, that we are going to expand our hearts. We're going to get into deep topics to grow together and also practice your gifts. I will hold a container to practice your channeling, your psychic abilities, ask a lot of questions. I'm going to give homework and topics, but also it's for networking and finding soul tribe, finding one another, networking. And if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link below for you to just put in your email, and it'll be getting started by the end of June. And I'll send you an email to sign up, whether you want to be just part of one of the events or a monthly ongoing membership in the community. So we are all evolving in who we are, like very clearly, like the shit's being wiped away. And this for me as well has been, for the first time in quite a while, I've had some fear come up, and it's like, I'm not afraid, really. It's just this nervousness is like, oh fuck, do I really have to like completely change and completely say no to all the things I was doing and just jump into the pool and say yes when I don't know how to swim, and I'm just gonna dive in and just flap my arms, like it's like that kind of transition. It's unknown too, but what we're moving towards, but it's not. Like our souls know exactly where we're headed, and we're just getting ready. So the biggest message I want to say moving into June right now, and I'll do another video soon following this energy report, but that in this next 4 to 8 weeks, I want to say, get ready. Be in your prime. Treat yourself well. Look at yourself like a king and queen and treat yourself as such, like as if you're your own partner. And you're like, you're a goddess, right? Like, you need to go take care of yourself, like manicure yourself, you know, screw that activity over here or what you said you were going to do. You want to go to the gym because your body's going to feel better. Go meditate. You're going to go do that yoga class. You're going to journal. You're going to do all the things. We're going back to this to get into our center, to get into our alignment. And this Kundalini energy, all the energy is coming up. We're moving into the quantum space, especially, again, Arcturian Starseeds are very sensitive to this, which I relate to. So if you're Arcturian, hello, brother, sister, because we are experiencing this on a vast scale of going into this quantum space. This quantum space, which is also known as the 0 point energy, is where everything is possible and created. And so the biggest message is get ready to receive, get ready to jump into a new life. If you're not ready, you'll be fumbling along the way because it's coming. And if you're scared of what you've always wanted, it's time to fucking get unafraid. It's time to be excited. And I'm torn between my anxiety of being afraid, or am I just really excited, or can I not believe it because it's coming and I know it, and oh my God, like, it's like this energy is wild. So that, beside the message from the Avian people, the birds, we're waking up royalty. I want to say too, like my chanting, I was called to fast, to chant, to do all these things. It's like, whoa, Emily, get clear, get purified. It's time, it's time, it's time. I just kept hearing like, oh shit. You know, I was getting up so early. I've just been totally changing everything I've been doing, because I'm like, oh shit, like I don't want to miss the bus. That's what it feels like. I'm like, I'm not missing this. I'm not missing this. If my dreams are coming, I'm going for them, and I'm gonna show up as the best version of me, because I fucking wouldn't accept less from myself. And I want to deserve it. There is that element of like, no, I've worked hard for this, you know, and so that I can fully receive it. So for you, it's coming, and it's working out that I can receive, that I am worthy, that I believe. And for me, I feel like I've gone through all this, but now that it's so close, it's bringing up all those little morsels of missing belief, you know, self-worth, things that I thought didn't even exist, and those parts of responsibility, feeling ready, can I handle it? And it's just yes, it's saying yes. And so with the birds, where they're saying like, all the guardians, the helpers, we're rising, it's just so much support that we've never had, that it's just like, let's go, team. And like, yeah, your connection to the planet, to the earth, to your own intuition, to your higher self, and maybe you're a channeler as well, is going to get way more advanced. I want to say we're all accelerating really fast. And the message about accepting this planet as duality. When we move into the 0 point in the quantum field and pure love and bliss in the 5th dimension, and which is all the same thing, it's a frequency where all that suffering and like that purgatory state of hell can exist. So we're leaving all the things that are keeping us in that lower vibration behind, which can provoke all those, you know, those little things, as I just mentioned, the not feeling ready, feeling unworthy, just like, what I thought of, and you're like, letting go, you know, because we're ascending. That's what's happening. Our frequency is increasing. We're having more access to all the things within ourselves that we refused to see or couldn't see before, we're too scared to look at. So, the Avians, it's so interesting. I'm really curious if they continue to come to me or work with me, because this is the 2nd time in a week, and as much as I mentioned, I've worked with clients that I've received like their Avian Starseeds. Dogs are barking like crazy out there. That this is the first time that I've really channeled a group of them, and I might stop there because puppy out there is barking like a nut. So I hope that was helpful, and I love you guys so much. My links will be below. Again, if you want to work with me, I'm shifting what I'm offering too. So I'm doing Ascension mentorship, which is one-on-one every week with me. It doesn't matter what you are dealing with or how severe, what problem you're facing. I assure you, we have the answer. With my abilities to see and your openness, the collaboration between us, we will get you at a higher vibration to get where you want to go no matter what. All you have to do is make the choice and commit. So I'm going to be offering my 3 and 6 month package deals, but also I'm no longer going to be doing straight up psychic readings. If you do want a session with me, it will be more in-depth commitment to a healing purpose. So it will have, like, if you come to me with any kind of problem, which all my clients do, is that I'm here to help you ascend it. I'm here to help you transmute it. I'm here to help you see it differently, but then also give you tools so you can get your own guidance, your, help you build your own tool belt so you can really take the reins of your ascension process. So in saying that, much love to you all. Hope you're all well, and we'll talk soon. Take care, guys.